NPR coming out with a big headline, just trashing Tucker. They got to discredit him however they can. Tucker Carlson, the fired Fox News star, makes bid for relevance with Putin interview. Gosh, you guys, you're so darn jealous, aren't you? Really, really jealous little group. They write that the right-wing television provocateur Tucker Carlson interviewed Vladimir Putin in Moscow in an exchange, fueling both the Russian president's anti-Ukrainian rhetoric and Carlson's drive for renewed relevance in his post-Fox career. Whoa. First of all, he's no longer on TV. He's streaming, baby. We're all streaming. This is the way to go, the way of the future. Hillary Clinton, she also had to take a couple digs. I mean, this is when you're like, the iron's hot. Why would they bother? Right? If it was just nothing, like, why did they have to come out and slam it before they even saw it, for goodness sakes? She went on her favorite network, that, state TV that it is, MSNBC, to hit him hard before the interview had even aired.
I mean, he's like a puppy dog. He somehow has, after having been fired from so many outlets in the United States, I would not be surprised if he emerges with a contract with a Russian outlet, because he is a useful idiot. He says things that are not true. He parrots Vladimir Putin's pack of lies about Ukraine. So I don't see why Putin wouldn't give him an interview, because through him, he can, continue to lie about what his, objectives are in Ukraine and
You know what, Hillary? I think we've learned not to trust you. I mean, I'm going out on a limb and everything, but, I do recall that it was your team that bought and paid for the opposition research, which led to that Russian dossier, which led to Trump's campaign getting spied upon. I'm talking about Carter Page back in the day. And then it sucked up 4 years of oxygen. And how often did we have to listen to Rachel Maddow tell us breathlessly about some new development in what turned out to be a total scam? So do you really think that we're going to sit there and just take your word for it? I think the smarter thing to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to do your own research and to ask your own questions and try and seek out your own answers. John Kirby over at the White House doesn't want you to do that. He says, no, the American people, they know what to believe. They know what to believe. They're going to believe what we tell them to believe, right? Here's John.
Do you have any concern that Tucker Carlson's interview with Vladimir Putin could further erode support for Ukraine aid in the United States?
We're convinced that there is strong bipartisan support on Capitol Hill for supporting Ukraine. And we know there's efforts now to bring something up onto the Senate floor for a vote that would have Ukraine, Israel, Indo-Pacific, and humanitarian assistance, so supplemental funding in it, and without the border. We'll let senators work that out. The president believes that support for Ukraine is critical, particularly right now, as Russia continues to try to hit their defense industrial base, continue to hit their units on that battlefront from east to south. It's vital. And he's confident that, and based on the meetings he's had with leaders on Capitol Hill and the discussions he's had, certainly over recent weeks, that, again, the leadership, even on the House side, the leadership is solidly in support of supporting Ukraine. Now, how they're going to be affected or impacted by a television interview, I couldn't begin to guess.
Mm-hmm. He's like, you know what? They know what to believe. They're not going to. And by the way, hey, Kirby, it's not TV. It's streaming. It's streaming. They're all living in a different era.